It's me. Haven't made a video in a little bit. Probably won't be making videos for a while. I don't know the future. Maybe I'll maybe still be able to, but a big change is happening in my life currently. So I don't want to tell you, but big change, and so it's gonna hinder me from making videos a lot more than I could before. So yeah. Alright, let's check the audio, make sure the audio is good. Alright, audio is pretty good. Let's go. Let's play some Judgement. Oh, this asshole. I forgot about her. She used to jerk that fucking... make that kid 13 years ago jump off a roof, and he's still in a coma now. And she's still an asshole that just doesn't take responsibility. Has the nerve to have a happy family and a happy life. Asshole. I hope her life falls apart so she can feel the pain he did. Alright, where do we need to go? We need to go over here. Alright. I ain't running over there because fuck that. Let's go. I got so much money now. It doesn't even matter how much, you know? I just have so much. What if they're big gang right where I need to go and I have to fight them? Oh no? Okay, cool. Excuse me, lady. Sorry, you're in my way. Sorry, excuse me, sorry, excuse me, sorry. And I'll only be streaming for an hour strictly. So, yeah.
Hope you don't mind I let myself in. Now, are you gonna hold up your end and release Yui Mamiya? Come on. You and I can either try to make this work, or neither of us is gonna get what we want. So, you gonna make the call or what?
Hello? Yagami-san?
I'm with Kawana. You can let Mamiya-san go.
Got it. Will do.
Sorry about all this, Yagami. Why don't you sit down? Maybe it's time you and I had a heart-to-heart. How's Kaito holding up?
Kaito-san's recovering in the hospital. For now. Sawa-sensei is another story, though.
I can hardly believe it. She was the last person I wanted to get mixed up in all this shit.
If that's the case, why were you already waiting in her apartment?
Yeah, buddy.
RK's top
Explain
men were lying
yourself.
in wait over there to get their hands on you. So why was she the one lying on the ground? Answer me, Kawana. Was it because of you?
Would you feel better if it was?
How dare you?
You're thinking that if you hadn't stuck your nose in her affairs, she might be at home grading her papers right now. You tell me. Is that what's eating away at you right now? Because if it is, you're mistaken. That guilt is mine alone to bear. It's my burden to carry. When I saw on the news that she had been murdered in cold blood,
Man,
it felt like the whole world had stopped spinning to me.
that shit hit me hard
Take it all
too.
back right now if I could. But unfortunately, to fix this, I'd need to turn the clock back further than you'd think.
You mean back to when you were a school teacher?
Yeah, basically. Back to when I still had a little faith in humanity. Seeing someone's life get cut short, you never really bounce back from it, do you? but I don't have to tell you that. I did my homework on you, Yagami. It seems you were a fairly accomplished lawyer. You even scored a murder acquittal. But we both know how that ended. The death of an innocent young woman. You and I are the same. We both have scars. And they're the type of scars that never fully heal.
Yeah. Maybe you're right.
But for Sawa-kun, it was 13 years ago. The very day before Mitsuru Kusamoto jumped, she stopped me in the hall so she could tell me about how serious the bullying really was. Up until that day, I'd just assumed it was boys being boys, teasing. I figured it was harmless, that they'd get bored with it, and then they'd move on. I mean, come on. Kawai had to have been twice the size of Mitsuru. It's not like I'd seen any fighting. So I warned him not to overdo it. And eventually he would take the hint.
Well, according to what I was told, you smirked, actually.
Yeah. I guess that's what I did. I was too late. Sawa-kun had to point it out.
Bruh.
Sensei. How could you be so blind?
It doesn't matter if
her eyes were this piercing mix of pity and scorn.
Oh wow.
According to what she told me, nearly half the class was bullying Mitsuru. She said she'd seen him at the station. She made it sound like he had half a mind to jump onto the tracks right then and there. I'm not so presumptuous anymore. But back then, I used to think my students were my biggest fans. I thought I'd won their hearts and minds. But the look on Sawa-kun's face that day made me see the truth. I couldn't just go on smiling like nothing happened. So I decided to do my homework. The next day, I put a hidden camera in the classroom after school.
So that's how we got the bullying video. He had set it up himself to record the room remotely.
So you admit that you're the one who recorded that video?
Yeah. You saw it, right? Talk about the ugly side of kids. Hard to watch, wasn't it? Unfortunately, by the time I picked up the camera and saw what it recorded, Mitsuru had made his jump. I missed him by a few crucial moments. What happened in that classroom was
oh my
the final
gosh.
straw.
Holy shit.
Later on, all the bullies were asked what happened. Each and every one of them lied.
Of course they
Kawai
would.
started it. It wasn't our idea, they said.
Oh, they ratted him out. Yeah, fuck you. It's all your fault, Kawhi. I mean, you the operation, the man of this operation.
Kawhi forcing Mitsuru to do his bidding, so the people held culpable were Kawhi and myself. The callous homeroom teacher who deliberately turned a blind eye.
Damn, that's sad.
That was the day I began living my life with real purpose.
So you couldn't forgive your students who got away with bullying. You went so far. You put aside your own life to make sure they atoned somehow.
That's right. Mitsuru Kusamoto's
That's the dumbest way to make
He's
someone
as good as
atone.
dead.
He could have.
I don't care.
He couldn't have gone
We
in
have
it.
no right to forget about him.
You say that, even though Sawa-sensei ended up paying for it.
Right?
I'll ask you again.
He's been talking like
Why were you at her
he had no involvement in it or some shit.
Don't dodge the question this time.
Yeah, don't dodge that
I wouldn't
question.
say I dodged it. But I suppose I should explain from the beginning. 4 years ago, there was a suicide at Sawa-kun's school. It was her own student this time. You know this, right?
Oh yeah,
A student at
Ehara.
Seiryo High School. Toshiro Ehara.
yeah, Toshiro
Yeah.
Ehara, yeah.
When she was in court, Sawakun had no choice but to say there wasn't any bullying. Soon as she told me that,
Why?
I knew Hiro Mikoshiba would be my next target.
Oh, cause no evidence. Right,
She
right.
had no idea
Damn,
about any
that
of
sucks.
When Sawakun learned Mikoshiba had been murdered, though, she reached out to me herself.
What did she want?
She had a sneaking suspicion that I was involved in his death. She called me a few times, prodding carefully for answers. Quite the perceptive lady, really.
And? What kind of answers did you give her?
I denied any knowledge of it, but at one point, she mentioned something kind of odd. That there was a detective at the school already investigating the incident.
Huh?
She meant you, of course. A detective already knee-deep into the case, despite the police barely even knowing about Mikoshiba.
So Sawa Sensei was the one who told Kuwana I'd shown up at her school. Interesting.
The police are a pain in the ass. But when an out-of-town detective comes sniffing around, that's bad. I knew I had to act fast to get you off the trail. Although, Sawakun was a problem too. I thought I'd kill two birds with one stone.
And then what?
First, I found out where the two of you would be meeting up, at that little cafe. Then, I hired the Liumang to step in. But you put up one hell of a fight. They had strength in numbers, but you would have taken out the whole group if I hadn't stepped in. Nonetheless, my other message went through. At the same time, Sawakun was handed a photo of Mikoshiba's final moments. I left that task to someone you know. Yue Mamiya. They hadn't seen each other in 13 years.
That's her, you fucking
Sawakun
ugly.
had no idea.
The lady
Wow.
with the sunglasses.
You
Yue
and
Mamiya was involved in that too?
Ooh,
Everything
wow.
I did that night was intended as a warning to Sawakun. Although, I guess I didn't have to be so extreme about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Sawa-sensei was too smart. She must have started suspecting that you'd had something to do with Mikoshiba's murder. After all, who else could have known we'd be meeting at that cafe? She'd have traced it right back to you.
Yeah.
Even if Sawakun had started to suspect me, I knew she wouldn't sell me out to the cops. We're too alike. The both of us lost students to suicide on our watch. That said, I couldn't bear the thought of dragging her down into the
Except
mess
for
I started,
her,
so I
she
scared her
didn't
off,
know.
and I thought
She had no idea. You knew. They came to you and you didn't do anything. Y'all not the same. She didn't know at all. You knew everything.
The whole call. Then she broke down. I asked her why, of course, but she wouldn't give me a straight answer no matter how I tried to phrase the question.
So then what? Did you just waltz on over there? It doesn't seem like you.
Watch it. You don't know me well enough to say that.
Maybe. But I assume you had some sort of plan going in. Were you gonna confess to her?
Here's the thing. If she'd figured out that I was behind Mikoshiba, and it didn't sit well with her, I would have told her every last detail. Sawakun knew. I think she would have understood me. Or at least that's what I had believed. In hindsight, I think she was forced to make that call. Under normal circumstances, I'm sure she'd have rather washed her hands of me. Hard as it is to hear, I think she called me under duress.
look at
RK
her.
probably had her hostage.
Why she gotta go? She's so
That's
cute.
probably why her voice was trembling.
Ah.
It's tragic.
You mean it was RK? Why do they want you so badly anyway?
I don't know.
What?
If I knew their angle, I'd be doing more than just scurrying around.
You serious?
Believe me, I'm just as clueless as you are, much as I hate to admit it. Honest, I'm not thrilled that a small army wants my head on a platter. Have you noticed how RK seems to show up at the worst possible times? Someone must be pulling their strings.
Then we're on the same page. At least we agree on something.
Just a sec. Yeah. I'm still over here with Yagami-san. You're not being tailed by any of his guys, are you? Then I'll meet you right now. That was Mamiya-kun. She said she's free. You guys have been true to your word. Tell Sugiura-kun that I said thank you.
Now you want to go? We still have some business to settle here.
Now remember, I'm the handyman here. Let me do the dirty work. I don't know what else to tell you. But you need to get out. While you still can.
Nah.
If you disappear into the night, I don't want to go busting my ass just to find you again. Before you leave, I'll need some contact info. A phone number would be nice.
Oh, no need for that. As far as I'm concerned, this is goodbye.
I wouldn't count on that.
Hell nah, we chasing your ass. Damn, boy. You think you just gonna leave forever? Nah, Chief, that's not happening. Oh shit, I forgot we're using the left stick, not the right stick. Come on, you losing them. Okay. No. Oh. Oh. Woo. Oh. You're not getting away. Woo. I thought I could kick that. Damn, this been fast, bro. This man ain't playing. Oh! Oh, wall running. Oh, shit. Sir, why are you just standing in the middle of this lane in an alley, bro? Please explain. No! I mean, this is what I'm doing. I'm solving cases. I'm a detective, sir. And you're part of this investigation. And you're running. So you're automatically assumed a suspect, sir. So if you could just come back here, that'd be fucking awesome. I appreciate that, because I know you ain't gonna get away because my stamina is just too high. I have infinite stamina. Nope, you thought. Not happening. Not happening. This is what I'm doing, sir. How many times I gotta tell you? You're a suspect in this investigation, and you're not cooperating, so now I have to chase you down, sir. Oh, he's fucking done. Look at his health. Oh, we just gotta catch up, and he's finished. Damn. He's far as hell, too. I need to kick something. Boy! Don't play! Don't play! Oh! Oh my gosh, you're joking. Wow. I swear, only Kuwano could do that, bro. Oh, what's his name? Kuta, whatever.
Where'd he go?
Ah, shit. He gonna ambush us. Watch. Here we go. We gonna get kidnapped. Watch. We gonna get kidnapped and jumped by a bunch of dudes. I can feel it.
Kuwana!
Oh my god. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
You guys again. You really
Of
need
course.
the masks? Come on, Kurokawa kids.
You heard that, right? The detective here already knows everything.
Kuwana!
What are you going to do now? What do you think happens when he spills everything? Sounds like your lives are over, unless you shut him up.
Y'all not gonna shut me up. I can assure you that.
But since
Don't we have the Luamong
right?
gang behind us? Yo, let's call this a reinforcements. Reinforcements. Nah, these guys ain't worth it.
Oh, he's even got a name to your voice.
Answer me, Sensei!
I know. I'll be the one to finish it. You just knock him out.
Okay then. Time to learn your lesson.
Sir,
Come on.
here we go.
What kind of lesson is this?
No, 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 no. Yo, this fighting style is literally the best for like taking out groups. Oh my gosh. Oh, you really out here making me bleed now? How dare you? Oh, you really out here trying to say no more? Easy, done. Ooh! I love boxing style. Boxing style is my favorite. Like, it's the best fighting style to like focus and hone in on your attacker. It's so good.
Kawana? Oh no, Kawana!
Yeah.
Really? So nice of you to stick around. Mamiya-san.
Come on, girl.
Well, since Kawana couldn't stay, sounds like you're not out of the woods just yet, huh?
Uh-huh. You basically just got yourself trapped again. How do you feel? I know you don't feel good. Ooh, chapter 10. We making some progress, boys and girls. Boys and girls.
13 years in the past. Mitsuru Kusimoto plunged himself into a coma, sealing his fate alongside Kawana's. Ridden by guilt, Kawana sets off on a path of vengeance, and the bullies he drags with him are shackled to the shadows. However, Yokosawa's murder serves as a deadly wake-up call to what he's done.
Chapter 10. Catch a tiger. Ooh. Sounds juicy.
Hey. What are you doing?
Getting your identification on record, so you won't be a threat to us anymore?
What?
And I think you owe us after everything you've done. Expect me to come collect one of these days. Your carriage awaits, Mamiya-san.
Don't tell me we're going back to that dingy arcade.
We sure are. But try not to hold a grudge. It wasn't us who abandoned you.
Exactly. You tried to attack me, ma'am. Alright? So chill.
Higashi, you already called Sari-san and the gang, right?
Yeah, I let them know what's up. They said they'll head over when they're ready.
Did Shirosaki-sensei say anything?
Well, she was pretty stunned when I told her who Kuwana really is and what he's up to.
Sounding a little smug there, Higashi-san. Taking credit for the detective work you didn't even do? Back me up here, Yagami-san.
Whatever, man. Kuwana got away, and that's all that matters.
Back me up here.
Still, the task in front of us is finishing Sari-san's case. We have to clear up Ehara's crime once and for all. With Mamiya-san's help, of course.
Finally, I'm ready to get some answers. Well, we still got time till Shirosaki-sensei gets here. Why don't you take a breather, Yagami-san?
Alright, sounds good.
That'd be okay?
Sure. I'll call you once everyone's here.
Yeah, a break sounds good.
By the way, Higashi, has anything unusual gone down in Kamurocho lately? Anything involving RK?
Yeah, about that. My guys are saying things have been a little too quiet since yesterday.
They planning something.
We're out in Ijincho too. When they come back, they're in for a rude awakening. And they can pay for what they did to Kaito Aniki.
Make them pay? Aren't your Yakuza days behind you now?
That's not the Yakuza in me talking. That's just a problem I'm gonna be the solution for.
Isn't that exactly what a Yakuza would say?
Fine. Think of it as getting revenge for a brother. I'm doing the right thing, damn it!
Yeah, maybe it's just how you're putting it.
Besides, what's it matter if I was Yakuza? I've got my own code, and I'm gonna do right by me.
Whatever you say. Much as things change, they stay the same.
Since I'm out, might as well check on how the city's doing. I'll go kill some time somewhere. Yep. Kill some time in town. So what should we do? Alright. What should we do? Let's do a side quest. Why I don the costume. Let's ride on my skateboard. Woo! Yeah, woo! Oh shit. I don't want to fight. Ah, fuck it, I'll fight y'all. I'll whoop y'all's butt real fast, you know. Brother, you threw your own teammate. Imagine y'all. Okay, picture this. You're with your friends walking down the street, right? You're part of a gang, right? Y'all some powerful ass motherfuckers, right? You got this one big dude as your secret weapon, your trump card, right? And y'all some badass gang. And then the biggest dude in your group picks you up and chucks you towards another human being. How could you ever trust that man again? He literally used you as an object. That's wild. All I gotta say is y'all aren't true friends. I don't think a friend would throw another person.
Hey, Yagami-san, it's Sugiura.
Hey.
Shirosaki-sensei and the others just got to Charles. They're getting ready to grill Mamiya-san.
Got it. Then I'll head back soon.
Thanks.
I just got outside! As soon as I get back to Charles, you and Mama is going to answer every single one of my questions. Bruh. Bruh. I just got outside. Bruh. I'm only a few feet away. I couldn't even get out of the area. Like, alright, bro. I'm gonna skate back. I need to learn how to skate, to be honest, though. Here we go, coming back. That was literally only a few minutes.
Really? You too, Genda-sensei?
What? Am I in the way?
Of course not. I didn't know you still did field work.
I figured if they could pull a fast one on Saori-kun, I'd at least want to look him in the eye.
Why are all these people here? What gives?
We've been waiting for you, Yagami-san. Mamiya-san is about to enlighten us on the truth behind the groping.
Good.
Uh-huh.
Oh, and I heard about Sawa-sensei. I'm so sorry.
Our condolences.
Looks like she got mixed up in all this when RK was chasing after Kawana. But we're still not sure why they chased him. To figure that out, we'll have to retrace Kawana's steps.
Exactly.
That said, let's start with the harassment charges, Mamiya-san.
Uh-huh. Explain away! Evil woman!
Fine. Let's get this over with.
Pout all you want, but keep the answers straight. Got it?
Ehara's assault was designed to establish a false alibi for Mikoshiba's murder. So Kawana had you play the victim, and together you pulled one over on the police and the court.
Can you confirm if this is all accurate so far, please?
Yeah.
The person who groped you on the train wasn't Ehara-san himself. It was his stand-in. And my understanding is that he had conspirators to help him fabricate this event?
That's right.
What was Kawana doing at the time? Was he in Ijinsho or Tokyo?
Didn't you hear your lady friend? Ehara-san had a stand-in. And that stand-in was our sensei.
You mean Kawana posed as Ehara himself? So this Ehara was actually Kawana. Huh.
Interesting.
Sensei and Ehara-san have a pretty similar build. Not sure they could have pulled it off otherwise, you know?
But some spots don't look right, like his mouth. You sure that's really Kawana-san?
That part around his mouth is fake. He said he scanned Ehara-san's face and made it on a 3D printer.
Oh, huh.
You can print things in 3D now?
Yeah,
well,
you can.
It's a machine that
It's
takes
called a
a
3D
model's
printer.
data from
Yeah.
a computer and prints physical objects using materials like resin. So if you were to scan a person's face onto a computer, a 3D printer could accurately recreate it.
It's kind
I
of
don't
cool.
know the details, but that's what Sensei used to become Ehara-san.
Something like this. See, with a 3D printer, a piece of a face is pretty easy to make.
What the hell?
I see. His eyes are hidden behind the sunglasses, and the seams on his jaw are obscured by the mask.
It's incredible, I must say. With the mouth area so visible, it's too convincing to think he's anybody else. And with the prosecution assuming he's just another sexual predator, they fell for it.
This is no time to be impressed. In case you forgot, he had the defense fooled too.
Right.
Assuming Kawana was Ehara's double, there's still some evidence I'm iffy about.
I'm of the same opinion.
Okay. Which evidence is questionable?
Time to pull back the curtain on this case. That's right. Any evidence unsure of, I need to press Mamiya. So what shit am security camera footage. This shit, obviously.
Any thoughts after seeing this?
Stop it.
Stop what?
You aided and abetted by playing the victim, didn't you?
I mean, yes.
Who put this video up on the internet?
Sensei did. He said from the start that once Ehara-san got his
Ehara did, huh?
he'd upload it to the internet.
So that was all part of the plan.
Yeah. Sensei can't forgive the law for how easy it lets off bullies. Ehara-san's the same way. His son's death was brushed aside. The court blamed his suicide on unknown factors. And that's what led them to his whole plan. The real victim is some bully who never got what he deserved, and the killer gets off in court by being convicted of battery. How would the public respond after finding out they'd gamed the law like that?
So Koana and Ehara's real plan was to make a mockery out of the justice system.
Seems to be going well for them. The
Yeah.
courts are beside themselves for dragging the police into this.
I guess Ehara really was desperate. He was never concerned about his own punishment. He tarnished his own name to humiliate the law.
Yeah, cop or not, Ehara is a broken man. Nobody took responsibility for his son's death. The courts all but ignored his
See,
case.
if these teachers had done their job and stopped the bullies and taking real care of their students, none of this will happen.
Sensei and Ehara's son are the perfect pair with nothing to lose. The only ones who do are the ones forced to comply. Us. Speaking of which, are we done here yet?
Okay, I'd better press Mamiya-san. Mamiya, on this evidence. Time to pull back the curtain on this groping case. I better press your mummy, on this evidence. Alright, security camera footage, groping attempt. The female victim is in pursuit. This, I'm not sure.
How about this then?
What's this? A map of the station?
We made a diagram of Shinjuku Station. The platform's packed with cameras, but take a closer look and you'll notice a small blind spot.
We've all been looking into it. So, let's say Ehara murdered Mikoshiba and faked his alibi at the station. If that was the case, then after Ehara had his stand-in do the deed, they would have swapped at this blind spot.
Yeah.
Sound about right?
Is I give up what you're looking for? You figured it out. You win. What more do you want?
I'd better press Mamiya on this evidence. Time to pull back the curtain on this groping case.
This came out pretty clearly.
Uh-huh.
So the guy in the back is Koana posing as Ehara, right?
Yes. And he actually didn't lay a finger on me. His prints couldn't show up.
Sounds like you had a hell of a time getting this set up.
I didn't. But Sensei sure did.
I'd better press. I know.
This piece of the puzzle still needs an explanation.
Is that...
The police examined the trace evidence on Ehara's hands after he was caught. And from the analysis, the same fibers from Mamiya-san's undergarments were found on Ehara's hands.
That's right. If the stand-in was the groper, Ehara-san wouldn't have touched Mamiya-san at all. But the evidence on Ehara-san...
Why are you talking to her in third person? She's right there.
Rather strange, isn't it?
I take it there was a trick to this, too?
That's simple. Before I got in the train, I met with the real Ehara-san at the underground platform. That's when I had him touch the undergarment. After that, all I had to do was go to the bathroom and put them on. That's where the fibers in the trace were from.
Dang. Sheesh. Just as I suspected, she and Ehara fabricated the harassment evidence long before it happened.
What the police found on Ehara-san's hands was exactly what we wanted them to find. And it would serve as hard proof he grabbed me. The courts really ate it up. It was hard not to laugh sometimes, to be honest.
You're really starting to open up. That's the spirit.
I'd better press Mamiya on this evidence. Right. We know. Okay.
How should we be looking at this?
The guy getting taken down in the footage is the real Ehara-san. Sensei had already switched places with them before the scene happened. No one saw through his disguise.
Makes sense. There'd be no way to swap places after getting caught like this. His sunglasses were removed too.
Also, the person who tripped him was one of ours. So was the one who took the smartphone video. If nobody tried to stop him, he would have just gotten away. But the most important part of it was pinning Ehara-san as the culprit out in public.
Right. If that didn't happen, the entire alibi goes up in smoke.
More or less.
So basically, this entire battery case was calculated from the start. Nothing but smoke and mirrors.
I'd better press. What would be funny is if he tripped him and he just fell flat on his face, like broke his sunglasses and everything. That would be fucking hilarious. Alright, let's press about this.
How about
press her on this, I guess.
And this is?
Before the incident, Ehara used this card to go through the ticket gate at Ikebukuro, the time of which was recorded.
Right, and it was on October 7th at 7:43 a.m.
Thanks, Hoshino-kun.
Happy to help, Yagami-san.
At the earliest, Mikoshiba's time of death would have been 7:30.
Oh, right.
If Ehara killed Mikoshiba in Ijincho, he would have only had 13 minutes to get to Ikebukuro. And frankly, that's impossible.
That's what's stumping you?
Huh?
Sensei borrowed the card from Ehara-san beforehand and passed her the gate. Afterward, he slipped it back to Ehara-san when they switched places. That way, Ehara-san ended up having the time-stamped card on him. Makes sense now.
So even the entry time through the ticket gate was used as part of the alibi?
It all seems so obvious now that I hear it. Nobody'd suspect that a groping was being used as an alibi for murder.
Yeah. And on top of all that, no one knew Mikoshiba had been killed during the trial.
Wait, oh, so Ehara
really pulled it off.
Clocked in as Ehara.
Anything else?
Wait, Kuwana clocked in as Ehara and then gave Ehara the card once he got there, ready to swap places. I see. That makes sense.
We know that the prosecution's evidence can all be refuted.
The courts were being intentionally misled. I'm considering filing an appeal.
Are you saying retrial?
Retrial that motherfucker.
I am. We'll reveal Ehara and Kuwana's plot and overturn the verdict they issued.
That might be harder than it sounds.
Why do you say that, Genda-sensei?
Well, the previous trial resulted in Ehara being found guilty, right? As the client, if he doesn't want an appeal, there's no way you're getting one. Doesn't matter what any lawyer tries to do. If Ehara refuses to appeal, then that's that.
What? Damn.
And we'll talk to him tomorrow. First, we need to see how he reacts to everything we've got on him.
Sounds good. Then let's meet at the detention center tomorrow.
Yo, let's call that man out right then and there.
We done for the night?
Sure are. Great job, everyone. Go get some rest.
Woo!
Yo, Yagami. You sure it was cool to let that Mamiya chick just go home?
Yeah? Why?
I mean, she helped Kuwana kill all those people. Aren't you gonna turn her in or something?
I would. There's nothing we can do.
Nothing we can do?
Frankly, we don't have any proof of the murder she was talking about.
What, so this is all for nothing?
Nothing directly pointing to Mamiya anyway. Aside from Mikoshiba, no other bodies turned up. Which means all we can do is take her home, right? Sugiura is making sure she gets back safe.
Fine, forget it. Why are you still here? Everyone else went home already.
Come on, man, why the cold shoulder? Am I really that annoying?
You wouldn't be the guy I'd call to hang out with. So if you're done, then go.
Wow. Straight for the jugular, huh?
Are we
If
supposed
it's
to be
help you
friends?
need,
Dang.
I'll be there. I've had nothing but time lately. But only if you bow your head and ask nice. Then I'll consider it.
I know for a fact you'd help me out regardless, so why waste a good bow? Thanks for the drink.
Dude, come on. That was your cue to bow and ask nice.
I'm not bowing to you, bro. It's not happening. You know damn well that's not happening, sure. You know who I am. Huh? Did we just meet today? Gotta go with Sari-san to interview Ehara tomorrow. Time to call it a day. Time to call it a day. Time to skateboard there. Cause I have a skateboard. Woo. Oh my god. You don't see me. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Yeah, fuck you. Get on your skateboard. Oh, what? Oh, shit. Woo! Too many people, man. Y'all need to clear out. Oh my god, y'all completely blocking me. I like Jincho better because it's just not as crowded. Like, they have sidewalks, you know? Like, are cars supposed to go through here or what? You know what I mean? Like, how are the cars supposed to get through here? You know? Alright. Time to go to sleep. I need to upgrade my health. Oh, for Story-san till... Right. We're just gonna interview that man today. Ready for this instant teleportation? Bam, bam. Beautiful, beautiful. Instant.
So, you're recommending an appeal? I have that right? Did some new evidence come to light?
Yui Mamiya told us some things. Like how you faked your alibi for Mikoshiba's murder. You wanted the sexual battery conviction, right?
Well...
Your goal was to avenge your son and humiliate the law on a grand scale.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Ehara-san, we have a much better grasp of the situation than you think.
And what exactly have you grasped?
Like Yagami-san just said, you're innocent. As far as the harassment goes. As your lawyer, I'll file for an appeal. And we'll make sure the world knows it.
Thanks, but no. I'm scum of the earth. A pervert. The prosecution and the judge made that very clear in the verdict.
On the day of the crime, October 7th, at around 6:30 a.m., you were in Ijincho, not Tokyo.
Baloney. I was relaxing at home.
Except that you weren't.
Oh?
You wanted to give the man who pushed your son to suicide the beating of a lifetime. And you'd miss out on that opportunity if you were at home, which is why you were in Ijincho instead. Isn't that right? You and Kawana's former student staked out Mikoshiba's house until he left. Then you dragged your prey into a car and brought him to an abandoned building in Ijincho, which would later become a murder scene. Every bone on Mikoshiba's fingers was broken.
Jeez.
Remembering how he pushed Toshiro-kun to his death, it's no wonder you'd go that far. You tortured Mikoshiba without a shred of remorse. You inflicted no small amount of pain and terror.
Oh my god. Oh!
There's no way you weren't there. And I'd put my money on that.
And then...
You need the whole play-by-play? Even though you already know it?
Oh, not at all. I'm just fascinated by this outrageous little story.
I'll use a piece of evidence to show what he did next after beating Mikoshiba. What evidence shows Ehara did to Mikoshiba after beating him up? I'm pretty sure it's this. Wait, what piece of evidence shows what Ehara did to Mikoshiba after beating him up? So after he beat him up, he slit his throat. I think it's this, but I'm not okay, process of eliminate. You know what I'm talking about. We're gonna X some things out, so we only have one left. So it's not this. It's not this, because that's Ehara. That's Ehara. I mean, that's Kuwana. Kuwana got that. Maybe that. Could be that. Not that. So it leaves these two. Wait, no, these two, and then the other one. So 3. Not that. I think it's this. I hope it is.
As for what you did next after beating Mikoshiba.
It's quite a home video.
Without leaving anything on Mikoshiba's body that could be traced back to you, you slit his throat. Estimated time of death was around 7:30 a.m. on October 7th. You tossed the bloody coat and made your way to Ikebukuro Station, where Yui Mamiya was waiting.
Are you sure? I was at Ikebukuro by 7:30 a.m. Would have been impossible for me to kill Mikoshiba and Ijinsho.
The person in the security camera footage in Ikebukuro was a double who imitated your likeness. The identity of whom belonged to Jin Kuwana, the handyman in Ijinsho. Or maybe you know him by a different name. Former high school teacher Yu Kitakata.
Yeah.
So which name did he give you?
I don't know who you're talking about.
Now you know what I'm talking about.
Kuwana in view of the security camera, you met up with Yui Mamiya at Ikebukuro first. That's where you touched the undergarment she had prepared. The police would later discover the trace evidence on your hands and pin the groping on you. Then you made your way to Shinjuku Station. After that, Mamiya and Kuwana acted out the groping as they arrived at Shinjuku Station. Kuwana jumped out of the train and Mamiya chased after him. And then, in the smallest of blind spots in a station absolutely packed with cameras, you were waiting for Kuwana, who looked just like you. With the two of you matching, you were able to swap places in that huge crowd without anyone noticing. Kuwana handed you the transit card used to pass the ticket gate. Just one piece of hard evidence that places you in Ikebukuro at 7:43 a.m.
Exactly. Tell him what's up. We caught you.
After the swap, Mamiya started calling for help. After that, well, we've all seen how the news reported it. You were caught in a public place with plenty of witnesses.
Uh-huh.
An active duty police officer arrested for sexual battery. The public outcry was very clear. As a result, despite it being your first offense, you were actually tried and convicted. The consensus is that it was a fitting punishment for someone so heinous. Even as your lawyer, I felt the same.
Have some confidence in yourself, Shirosaki-sensei. The prosecution, the judge, and a lawyer like you all laid out the evidence in court and found me guilty. I'm in no position to doubt you. And I've long accepted the ruling that Toshiro was never bullied. There's nothing I can do but abide by the rule of law. Right? That's all I can do, right?
I know what you're trying to say. You carried out the justice that the courts wouldn't, right?
Everything my son went through was passed off like it never even happened. School, teachers, and yes, the court. They all dismissed the reason he died.
That's when Kawana came in the picture, telling you Toshiro-kun had been bullied. But was it Kawana's words that suddenly made you want to kill Mikoshiba? Because all of his fingers were broken while he was still alive. Was that really all just your pent-up rage?
What do you have to say, Ehara-san?
Uh-huh. What you gotta say? There shouldn't have been any evidence of Mikoshiba's bullying. Who told Ehara the truth? Did your son tell you he was bullied? Did Kawana tell you about the bullying? Did you discover the bully online? I don't think it's online. Did Sawa Sensei tell you what happened? So how did he find out about Mikoshiba bullying? I don't think his son would tell him. Would he? I would tell my mom. I've done it before. When I was small, a kid bullied me. I told my mom. See, here's the thing. Most of the people watching this are like my age, so like y'all like adults, but for some reason, if there's a kid watching that's young enough that's gonna be in school watching my videos, first off, why? But also, this isn't really for just kids. But anyway, I'm gonna get to the point. I was bullied, and I was bullied every single day by this one kid. And by the way, I mean, most bullies never really have a true reason for why they're bullying you. They just bully you for spite, which kind of sucks. And this is exactly like what he was doing. He was bullying me. He would say I have a big head and make fun of like how I looked. Like he made fun of who I was, which is usually what bullies do. And by the way, I did not know him. I never talked to him before in my life. I did not know this man. And so when he was bullying me, I was so confused, like, why are you bullying me? Well, where is this hatred coming from? Like, I was so confused. I was like, why is he hating me? Like, why is he making fun? Like, what did I do to him? I was just so confused because I didn't know him. It was so out of the blue. And I was just more confused than intimidated. I was like, who are you? Like, leave me alone. Like, let me be. Like, I wanted to go to school, do my work, go home. Like, and I was just so confused on why he felt like it was necessary to be able to do something so unnecessary. It was just strange. And so he bullied me every day, and eventually I couldn't take it. I got annoyed, and there were a few times where I stood up for myself because I was a shy kid. I didn't like confrontation. I tried to avoid it at all costs, and so if someone bullied me and showed confrontation, I wouldn't really do anything. I'll admit it. And I stood up for myself, and then that's when he started to lay his hands on me, but nothing crazy. Like, I stood up for myself, and I'd make fun of him. He'd flick me, maybe, I don't know, then make fun of me some more, push me, stuff like that. And eventually I got tired of it, and I told my mom, and my mom went to the school, told the teachers about it, and said, like, you need to stop this. Like, he's bullying my kid is uncomfortable to go to school. Like, school isn't about bullying, it's about teaching, all this stuff. She took care of it, and she told the teachers to take care of it, and I guess the teachers did the best they could, but then he just didn't listen. And so eventually my mom went to the school and said, you need to take care of this right now. Like, she gave them an ultimatum. I don't know what she said, but she gave them an ultimatum, like, you need to take care of this, and made sure that they took care of it. And so the teachers did take care of it. the teachers took care of it, and I don't, how many times have I said that in one sentence? Took care of it. And they talked to his parents, and I'm assuming his parents talked to him, because the next day during PE, I think PE was pretty much coming to a close, and you know, for PE you gotta change into your gym clothes, and so there's a boys locker room, the girls locker room, and all the boys have to go into the locker room to change back into their normal clothes, right, for the next class. And as I'm going in, I just see him. He is absolutely bawling, but he's pissed. You know that little kid stare where like they're angry and they're like crying, like like that's what he was doing. And he was staring me down. Like he was absolutely pissed. And you know, I think he was just really pissed. And I was just like talking to like some of my other friends. I was kind of just ignoring him, like acting like he wasn't there. And I think he commented on what I said, and he was like, "That's so stupid," and like he was just so pissed. And like I was like, "Oh, I apologize." Like he was just, that was really random, but he was pissed, and he tried to make the time I was there hard by calling out every little thing I did as I was trying to get ready. And so like I kind of just played it like cool. Like if he didn't like what I did or commented on something I did, I'd be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'll apologize. I'll try to do better next time." Just try to be as humble and as polite as possible. And he couldn't do anything. But also I'm thinking, like at the time I was just like, whatever, I'm just gonna get ready. Like you sit there and cry, I don't care. But I'm thinking like, why are you upset? Why are you pissed at me? You literally started bullying me for no reason. I never talked to you. I didn't do anything to you. And when I tell someone to do something about you bullying me, then you start getting pissed and crying like it's my fault. You did this to yourself. You started bullying me for no reason. What did I do? I literally was just sitting there and you just started bullying me and making fun of me. What, you think I'm just supposed to sit there? I'm just supposed to sit there and let that happen? Like, what? Like he's crying because I did something about it. He's crying because I didn't just sit there and let him bully me. That's so fucking weird. And so there's no reason for him to be crying. But the lesson of this story, and the reason why I'm telling you this, is because I feel like a lot of kids, when they get bullied, they don't want to tell their mom or their parents because they feel like they're gonna be like I don't know what the word to say. They're gonna look weak. They're gonna look weak, and they're gonna be embarrassed, and the other kids are gonna make fun of them, like, "Oh, he's told his mom I'm gonna say the P word. He's a pussy. Like he told his mom what a pussy. Like, bro." And the kids did say that to me. I told my mom. She tried to take care of it, and they did make fun of me. Like all the other kids that were kind of his parents were like, "Oh, be careful. He's gonna tell his mom." And he's like, "Oh, I don't care." And they made fun of me for it, but I didn't care. I told my mom. And guess what? My mom took care of it, and he never bullied me again. After that interaction, he didn't talk to me, lay any hands on me at all. And he forgot about me. I forgot about him. And as time went on, everything was cool. And by the way, I didn't move classes. I was in the same class he was. He didn't talk to me. It's like it never happened. So like the lesson of the story is, you tell your parents. Your parents will make a difference. Your parents can stop the bullying. Because it happened to me personally. This is from my experience. So telling your parents you don't look weak. Don't worry about what the other kids are saying. It's okay. Tell your parents they can take care of it. Because they will take care of it. Because your parents love you, and they will go above and beyond to make sure that your experience in school goes as swiftly as possible, because that's all they want for you anyways. Back to the story. Okay, so where did Ehara hear the truth about Mikoshiba's bullying? Okay, so did his son tell him? Did Mia tell him? I'm gonna think. Yeah.
Did Koana really tell you? You found enough motive to murder Mikoshiba on hearsay? No. That doesn't sound right at all.
Did your son tell you?
Did Toshiro-kun ever tell you about the bullying himself?
My son never confided in me about any of that.
Then how did you know there was bullying going on? Why else would you murder Mikoshiba in cold blood?
There shouldn't have been any evidence of Mikoshiba's bullying. Who told Ehara the truth? Come on, what? Did Sawa-sensei tell you?
Was Sawa-sensei the one who told you the truth? She was the only person Toshiro-kun confided in. You had to have heard it from her, right?
Nearly hit the nail on the head, as they say.
Oh, that does make sense. She was his teacher, so he told her parents.
After my
that
trial,
makes sense.
She confessed she knew about the bullying, but only to her old teacher over the phone. She had no idea she was being recorded.
What?
Koana-san let me listen to that recording where I learned Sawa-sensei had been muzzled by both the homeroom teacher and the lawyer. That was the proof of Toshiro's bullying I'd wanted all throughout the trial. After hearing Sawa-sensei's words, I finally understood. They pushed my boy over the edge.
Was there no other evidence of the bullying? Like a diary of Toshiro-kun's or something of the sort?
Nothing. Toshiro never talked to me or my wife about the bullying. And that was probably all my fault. He was bullied in middle school, too. Kids would throw his pencil case around or hide his books. When I heard about it, I chewed him out. They walk all over you because you're weak. Grow spine, I told him.
That's the worst thing to say.
I take it that was the wrong approach.
Yeah. I can't imagine how much courage it took for him to come forward about his suffering.
And then you just throw it in his face.
About it. And I should have listened when he pleaded for help.
Yeah, you should have.
I should have told him I was proud of his bravery. But instead, I pushed him away. And in the end, Toshiro tried to make sure he never showed weakness to us again, no matter how much pain he was in. He went to a private school out in Yokohama because he hated living with me. But in the end, he still suffered.
And that's why you didn't hesitate to unleash hell on Mikoshiba.
If you say so.
He still won't admit to murdering Mikoshiba. Must be killing him not
So the
to.
first time Koana showed up was when he let you listen to the phone call with Sawa-sensei, right?
Yes. He approached me and asked me if I still wanted justice for my son. I was in uniform when he came to me too. Very bold. But it paid off. I owe him a debt of gratitude. He reassured me he had already taken care of multiple individuals like Goshiba, and that he'd urged other families to avenge the children they lost to bullying. He'd tell them that simply being branded a bully wasn't enough. He promised to deliver real justice.
If justice can be served at one's own discretion, laws would cease to serve their function. If the law isn't fair to everyone, no one will obey it. The law is only able to help the powerless because it can't be swayed by money, force, or anything else.
Then tell me, What's the solution when the law fails to punish someone who laughs in its face? To overlook those the law won't judge is to abandon those the law couldn't protect.
To render justice with confidence, you require sufficient evidence.
Some of the victims' families refused Koana's offer of revenge, telling him it would be unforgivable. But even after rejecting his offer, not a one reported Koana-san to the police. Do you understand what that implies? Whether you follow through with revenge or not, Koana-san presents a solution that resonates with people. Being that the law is unfair and imperfect. Am I wrong about that?
No, you're not. But we're fighting to make it as fair as we can. Laws have to change until they are perfect.
They don't change fast enough. Toshiro's death was murder by another name. Yet, Hiromi Kushiba walked free. He even got to enroll in a teaching program as a student teacher. Someone like him? It's insane!
It is insane.
Old age before the law was ever written to be fair enough. For Toshiro's sake, I can't turn a blind eye to a world where the Mikoshibas can live without consequence. Tell me, what alternative was there to getting blood on my hands? I didn't have any other choice.
Yagami-san, did he just...
This is the first time you've admitted to killing Mikoshiba.
You really did your research, unlike those useless cops. Koana-san's plan was impressive, almost airtight. I didn't expect it to be unraveled so quickly.
I just got lucky. There was some dirt on Yui Mamiya that Koana could have used against her. If we hadn't found it, there's no way we would have gotten her to talk.
What are you talking about?
Sorry, but I'm under no obligation to tell you.
Ehara-san, you'll be sent to prison as a sex offender as it stands.
Of course. Just as I planned. The charges will be confirmed, and I'll be convicted. As for the police and the prosecution, they wouldn't be able to admit they made a mistake. I could scream, "I killed Mikoshiba" at the top of my lungs. It wouldn't matter.
Are you saying you intend to admit to the murder after you're released?
Everyone's seen the video of me killing Mikoshiba by now. It's obviously authentic, but the prosecution and the police are saying it's fake. They need it to be fake. Even if I do confess, they'll sweep it under the rug.
They wouldn't.
No, that's not beneath them. But I take it how they react doesn't really matter to you. All you want is to humiliate the law, don't you? The same system that determined Toshiro-kun's incident didn't happen.
It seems you're starting to understand, Yagami-san.
Ehara's achieved most of what he wanted to do, but I can't overlook what he's already done.
If the prosecution wanted to charge me for Mikoshiba's murder, then they'd have to retract the battery verdict. And that would mean admitting to a massive blunder by the court at the hands of a criminal. It would be chaos. Despite knowing who murdered Mikoshiba, no one would know what to make of the case. Wouldn't that just be wonderful?
I hear you. And I even get why you'd feel pretty proud of accomplishing that.
Do you?
But in this case, the guys pretty much grabbed the tiger by the tail.
What tiger's tail?
Someone's issuing orders to the thugs in Kamurocho from behind the scenes. He's the tiger in this case. And they've been closing in on your partner, Koana. And Sawa-sensei got in their path. I'm sure you get the newspaper in here, right? You know, don't you? Sawa-sensei was killed after the thugs broke into her home. All because she got involved with Koana.
I'm aware she was killed. This is the first I'm hearing of the reason why. And by thugs, you mean RK?
Yeah, but we don't know why they're going after Koana. Any ideas?
No way I'd know.
You think it could be because she got mixed up in your deadly little game?
Excuse me?
That's what getting away with murder really looks like. The more you perpetuate the lie, the greater the rift you create. And then, the unthinkable happens. Koana killed others besides Mikoshiba. You said so yourself. That's what brought the angry tiger into play. And if Sawa-sensei ended up paying for that instead, then how can you begin to believe your vengeance is fair?
Because she gave false testimony. She lied in court to say Toshiro was never bullied.
She couldn't name Mikoshiba, who was a minor at the time, without evidence. What's more, she was haunted by her testimony, always second-guessing if she did the right thing. But now she's been killed. Somehow that's acceptable to you? I'm gonna clear up what happened to Sawa-sensei, just like you did for Toshiro-kun.
How?
By going public with everything you and Koana did. The first step is to appeal the sexual battery and undo this whole lie.
You never groped Yui Mamiya. That's one crime you're innocent of, Ehara-san. The court's verdict was incorrect. So please give us the chance to appeal. We can prove your innocence.
What on earth would I get out of that?
You get to humiliate the court again. Besides, what are you gonna do for the next half a year in a cell?
Fine. Do what you want. But just know this.
Yes?
I have no intention of admitting to killing Mikoshiba in court. Is your appeal still worth a damn?
We won't know till we try. Let's go, Sari-san. We have client approval to proceed with the appeal. We better act fast.
Yes, agreed.
Yagami-san. Sawa-sensei's death isn't on me. Even if I have grabbed the tiger by the tail. That doesn't mean I killed her.
By that logic, you may as well admit that Mikoshiba didn't kill Toshiro-kun. You can't have it both ways. Listen to me. Everything about you, about Koana, about why Sawa-sensei had to die, we're gonna expose all of it. That's the only thing left we can do for her.
Damn right. Doing it for Sawa-sensei. I miss her. She's so beautiful, sweet. She was such a wholesome woman.
I'm going to fill Genda-sensei in on what happened. Why don't you head over to the office?
Sure thing.
All right. Well, that was fucking cool. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. And goodbye.